It's time for the Tony Lewis Show. Learn all about Jasper Wildcat football. This week's show is sponsored by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. Go Wildcats!
Hello and welcome to this week's Tony Lewis Show. And Coach, last week you took on Evansville North down at Evansville, came away at 20-10 victor. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, in the first half we struggled offensively. I think we ran a total of 11 offensive plays. Didn't move the ball very well. Luckily, our defense played extremely well the entire game. A lot of credit goes to Coach Shelton on shutting down a potent North offense. They got a field goal, and that was after a 20-play drive where we had a couple penalties and that kind of aided that drive, and we also had a dropped interception. So going at half at 3-0, come out in the second half after making some adjustments at halftime. I thought Coach Bajork made some nice adjustments at halftime for our offense and came out, and Max Butel hit one of our midline pull plays where he read the defensive tackle, pulled it, and scampered probably 60-some yards to set up a touchdown by Jace Perkins. And that kind of, the momentum shifted at that point and was in our favor. We scored a couple more times again. I believe Jace Perkins scored again, Braylon Bear scored two more times in the second half to put us up 20-0. We missed one of our extra points, 20-3. And then North's final touchdown came after a kickoff return by them that put the ball down inside our 10-yard line inside our 30-yard line, and our defense couldn't hold them out, and then they onside kicked it for the final score of 20-10. I thought, it's a tough place to play, and defensively I thought we played extremely well the entire night. Offensively, we played pretty well in the second half, and we started getting some things figured out with our base offense. So it was a good victory. I think that is 3 in a row for us now, and we've got a little momentum going into the final game against Vincennes.
And I'll tell you what, it's always nice to hear the name Braylon Bear, but you also hear the name Dawkins, Smith, Butel. But, you also have a two-headed monster at fullback called Holdsworth and Perkins.
Yeah, it's nice. We rotate Perkins and Holdsworth in there. The fullback in our offense gets a lot of carries, so that's a position that needs some subbing in for, and those two guys do a good job subbing in for each other. When one's getting tired, we put the other one in. So, yeah, that's been a good rotation for us.
And we're back on the Tony Lewis Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome back to the Tony Lewis Show. And Coach, this week you get to have senior night, and you get to take on a big-time rival in the Vincennes Lincoln Alices, who sit 4-4 on the season. Why don't you preview that game for us?
Yeah, Vincennes is a really good team. They've lost some tough games late. They've been in some one-score games. They could just as easily be 7-1 as being 4-4. So we're going to have our hands full for us. Their quarterback makes their offense go. He's an athletic kid that breaks contain, gets out of the pocket, and runs and throws. They've got two good running backs and some big offensive linemen. Again, they gave Wrights the best game that Wrights had all year, and actually should have beaten Wrights in the first game. Wrights scored with less than 15 seconds to go to win that game, and also had two trick plays in that game to score. So Ben Sims is very capable. Played Memorial really tough last week. Had a couple calls that could have gone either way for him on a touchdown by their quarterback that was called. He was called out of bounds, and then a fumble recovery that they didn't give Ben Sims. So they're a very capable team. Coach Salter does a great job with them, and as you mentioned, it's a rivalry game and senior night. So we would love to send our seniors out on a positive note.
And being from Jasper, I can tell you, I know that we play Vincent's, Lincoln, and anything, and the Jasper people are there to support.
Yeah, it should be a good crowd, and hopefully I'm pretty sure Vincent's will bring a great crowd. Obviously, they're a big rival. They aren't fond of us, I would say, and at times I would guess we're not fond of them. So, our kids should be ready to play, and it all comes down to the three things that we've been preaching the last few weeks, and that is doing the little things right in practice, playing together, and also being physical. If we can do those three things, then we're going to give ourselves an opportunity, hopefully, in the fourth quarter to be successful.
And you've been listening to the Tony Lewis Show on the South Carolina Sports Network, powered by Millennium Brosper Communications. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild! He just won the game! Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
I'll tell you what, seconds all came out Sunday, and you get a first round bye, and when you're able to rest your injured players, you got to like that. So,
yeah, it was a good situation for us. We've got some injured players that need healing up, and the other thing that is a positive, because we're on fall break next week, that kind of corresponds with the bye. So there's been the last 3 years, we've had home games and or away games, and we haven't had many fans or students in our section because of fall break. So this allows our fans to be back in town after the bye week. We'll be playing the winner of Bossy and Memorial, and it'll be at Bossy Field either way. We're going to be down at Bossy Field. So, we're excited about having an extra week of practice to prepare and hopefully get some guys healed up. And as we know, we're going to be on the road, but we've done a good job over the last few weeks of being road warriors. So it should be a good opportunity. And again, it's a new season. Everybody starts 0-0, and it's a single elimination type thing. So we've got to come to play and have a great week, a great couple weeks, I should say, of practice.
And you'll get to play the winner of Evansville and Bosse, as you said. And what can you tell us about those two teams? I'm sure people know, but go ahead and tell us.
Well, Bosse has some really good, has a good running back and a good quarterback that are both very athletic. Memorial made a change at quarterback about midway through the year where they put Elsperman, their quarterback, at receiver. He's a very athletic kid, and brought in a sophomore, I believe, as a quarterback. And, they had several injuries early on in the year, and they've been healing up and playing a lot better. They just beat a good Vincennes team, as we mentioned in the last section, and actually played Wrights really close going into the fourth quarter. So either team is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a way. So we're just excited to be able to go down to Evansville and compete.
Well, Coach, good luck this week and go beat Vincennes.
Thank you very much. Go Wildcats.
And you've been listening to the Tony Lewis Show on the South Carolina Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosman Communications. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Tony Lewis Show. Join us every week to learn more about Jasper Wildcat football. This week's show is brought to you by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosman Communications. See you next week.